Hey everybody, this is Jerry, and I'm new to this YouTube thing. I just started my channel last week at the suggestion of a young man whose art I particularly am inspired by. Um, he was asking about some tools that I was using, so I thought I would just do a video on tools of the trade, as it were. And these are a small sampling of the fabrics that I have. This is my ethnic stack, and the fabrics are 3 deep. At last count, I had over 1,500 different pieces of fabric. Anyway, I'm still working on getting my sewing room set up. So tools, what do we use to do this? Well, of importance is a nice iron, nice heavy iron. That's very important. Computer, of course, in the closet. This is Samson, which is my commercial sewing machine, a Nakajima. It's cast iron. It's this thing will sew slabs of concrete together. It has a commercial walking foot, automatic reverse, large bobbins, and this is primarily for doing upholstery, like car upholstery and furniture, sewing leather. And I use this to finish off the quilts that I make for the Children's Hospital. And then over here, lots of little bins and cubicles and places to store parts. And I just got this last week. This is all for the Children's Hospital. I'll be hopefully making about a dozen quilts for them this year. And this is a felting machine. This is not a sewing machine. This is a felting machine. And this has 7 barbed needles. And it actually embosses it. The needles go into the top fabric, and you can see the holes there, and then it pushes the top fabric through the foundation so that it's attached. And this is a small serger. That's just for finishing off edges. And this is the main sewing machine that I use. It has what is called a long neck, the space from the needle to here. This is larger than most sewing machines have, so you can get a lot of rolled up quilt running through when you're doing it. And it's electronic, and it has a couple hundred. I can write with it. I can do up to 45 characters in a line. I can write phrases, and then all of the decorative stitches, and then that's just selected, whatever the stitch might be. And then lots of threads, comb threads and small bobbin threads, zippers for going on handbags or pillows, whatever, lots of parts. And then back over here, I'm going to set this up. We have straight edges and rulers and coffee. Number of rulers, and this is the one that I use most of the time. This is a 24-inch quilting ruler. It's segmented in eighths. It has 60 and 45 laid into it, and then there are templates, all kinds of. These are all diamonds, squares, octagon or hexagons, square within a square, large, square. So these templates and rulers, I have a couple things to get into on another video about, especially this one. I started making kaleidoscope quilts years ago, and then I've taught it for a couple years, and this is the template that I use for that. And I'm going to do another video shortly on a few things. But tools, back here, my buddy who's in Bulgaria, Edward, he had asked me about these, and these are rotary cutters. There's a safety on it, and then the blade gets exposed. That's actually a round razor, and this is used on a cutting mat, and you just mark your fabric and take a swipe. And they come in a couple sizes. The smaller one, if you're just doing one or two pieces of fabric, that's the clearance right there. And when it gets up to thicker, more layers, then the blade has a more area here. So this would be used when they're to larger areas. And then they have, you always need some replacement blades, and various scissors. This one, the way this is shaped, you can get right down and snip threads off right at the surface, and this is called a duck bill, and this protects the surface from getting itself cut. And same thing with this. This has a slight curvature to the blade, so that when you're cutting, like doing applique work, cutting out small pieces, and then just regular basic scissors, different sizes. These were my mom's. This was a pair of my mom's also. These are dressmaker shears. And the templates and cutting mats, of course. And pins. This poor pin cushion, that was my mother's also. This is probably from the early 50s. But you always need pins. And then marking fabric, I use chalk. Just regular old. A lot of people buy special pens and pencils and water soluble, this, that's, and the others. But I just use, I'm going to set this easily up. I just use chalk. And to keep a nice fine line on it. That's it. Then you can get a very thin line to aid in your cutting, and then you would use your cutter. Actually, I just finish this up. So we're measuring off of that line, And we are going to just and there it is. Then you have a nice clean edge. Wonderful tool, great invention. And always remember to close it, because if you hit your hand on this thing, it'll cut you. It's a razor. So that's it for now. I'm going to do a little work, and then I might make another video with some stuff that I just wanted to show y'all. So thanks for listening.